हेलो दोस्तों, मेरा नाम केना के तेजा है। मैं फिर से एक और वीडियो के साथ आ गया। इस वीडियो में मैं आपको एक स्टोरी सुनाऊंगा, द इन्वेंशन ऑफ शूज़। तो फिर हम स्टार्ट करते हैं दोस्तों। The invention of shoes. Once upon a time, there was a king called Hopu. One morning, he summoned his minister and said, "Listen, Gobu Rai. I stayed up all night thinking, why should the dust dirty my royal feet whenever I step on the ground? All you people are only concerned with pocketing your fat salaries. You have no concern for the king or the kingdom or the problems that bother me. You must put an end to this at once, or else one shall be spared from my royal worth, or no one shall be spared from my royal worth." Gobu Rai wondered and worried. He pondered and perspired. The Pundit's face turned pale. The Bertie's nights turned sleepless. In the kitchen, cooking stopped. In the castle, the crying started. Gobu Rai looked far and wide and gathered all the scientists and learned men, all the scholars and mechanics he could find. They pushed their glasses up their noses, sat down to find a solution to the royal problem. After thinking long and deep, they said, If you do away with soil, how will you grow crops?" The king replied, "If you cannot figure out how, then what use are you?" So they thought some more. They made a purchase of 17,55,000 brooms. Workers summoned. The king of the dusting of the kingdom commenced. The dust covering the king's face and chest. No one could open their eyes because of the dust. No one could see the sun. People coughed and choked. The king was almost buried under the dust. The king said, "You were supposed to get rid of the dust, not fill the world with it." Then 21 lakh water carriers set out with bags of water. They ran as fast as they ran all over, pouring water wherever they saw a speck of dust. No boat could move on the river since there was no water, and water creatures perished, and the land creatures tried their hand in swimming. They could hardly walk or run on the mud. No bazaar could be set up, so trading stopped. All king's subjects sneezed and coughed and sniffed and suffered. The king said, "What a lot of fools got rid of the dust to only replace it with mud." Once again, everyone gathered to solve the problem. Once again, the great men and their assistants racked their great brains. They thought harder, but they were baffled and blank. They were at a loss to know how to lose us. Someone said, "Cover the earth with mats, rugs and carpets shall stop the dust from touching the royal feet." Someone else suggested, "Keep the king indoors. See to it." There's no hole or loophole anywhere. If he no dust shall touch his feet. The king said, "Very true, but I'm worried if I were to stay shut up indoors every day. all, every day, all day. Then the royal machinery shall come to kingdom. My kingdom shall be buried. Then, taking matters into his own hands, the king announced, call the tanners of call the tanners, all of them, and wrap the whole land in leather. This shall be my great contribution, a mighty blanket for the dusty earth. Everyone bowed. What a brilliant idea, Your Royal Highness, they said. It is only a question to find a tanner good enough. The royal emissaries set off everywhere, every which way. Everyone stopped what they were doing and rushed out to look for a tanner good enough. We could, where could they, where could they find such a tanner? And where could they find so much leather? At last, the chief tanner of the kingdom presented himself at the royal court. He was the bowed to the king and smiled a little and said, "If your royal highness permits, I have a suggestion to make it fulfill your wish in a simple yet effective way to make your suggestion," said the king. Your royal highness said to the old tanner, "Then you shall not need to cover the whole earth." "Arrest the fellow," said Goburai, "and throw him into jail." But already the old tanner was deep at work, sitting at the king's feet. He had been measuring and cutting and sitting and stitching and fitting before king could decide whether to throw him into jail or forgive him. He had finished a neat pair of shoes and presented to his royal highness. King Hobu put on shoes and felt perfectly. His royal feet felt warm and snug and most importantly clean. The minister spared the old tanner. He said, "I had the same idea myself. Some way or the other, the fellow must have got hold of my idea." And so from that day, began the use of shoes. The royal feet were saved. So was Gobu. So was अर्थ। तो फिर बाय बाय दोस्तों, मैं आपको फिर से एक और वीडियो के साथ मिलूँगा। बाय बाय।